Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're embarking on, well, a pretty extraordinary journey. We're heading into a realm where the latest science really converges with some ancient spiritual wisdom. It offers quite a groundbreaking path to personal transformation. We're diving deep into the insights of Dr. Sue Morter's book, The Energy Codes, the seven-step system to awaken your spirit, heal your body, and live your best life.
Yeah, and what Dr. Mortar offers is it's a fascinating synthesis, isn't it? She gives these incredibly powerful, practical techniques, and they manage to bridge established science, things like neurobiology, epigenetics, with that timeless wisdom you find in mystical traditions. It really is like a how-to manual for, well, building a new life from the inside out.
Exactly. Think of this deep dive as your shortcut, maybe, to understanding a really revolutionary approach to wellness. I mean, it's been praised by people like Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul, and Anita Moorjani, the New York Times bestselling author. So our mission today is basically to unpack Dr. Morter's core ideas, her own incredible journey, and these seven practical energy codes. She promises they can awaken your spirit, heal your body, help you live your most authentic life. It all centers around this concept she calls Project Awakening.
And that brings up a really compelling question, I think, for you listening. What if the struggles, the challenges you face, what if they aren't just happening to you, like random bad luck? What if they're happening for you? Perfectly orchestrated catalysts for your growth. Dr. Mortar suggests humanity is right on the edge of this pivotal breakthrough in consciousness,
Yeah.
that we're fundamentally wired for a deeper perspective, one that reveals our inherent greatness.
So what does all this actually mean for you? It means you're about to discover a powerful system, one designed to help you move beyond that painful, small, insecure self we all sometimes feel, and instead tap into the pure, intelligent energy that Dr. Mortar says is your true identity. We'll explore how this journey can lead to some really remarkable results, spontaneous physical healings, effortless manifestations, things like that. So get ready. This could really shift how you see yourself and reality.
Okay, let's unpack this really powerful starting point. Dr. Sue Morter's own life-altering experience, it's quite something. She describes being in this darkened ballroom, eyes closed, meditating with hundreds of others, and suddenly, she's weightless, suspended high above Earth.
Yeah, and this wasn't just a thought or a dream. She describes it as incredibly vivid, totally immersive, feeling engulfed in this radiant light, on fire with light, she says, in absolute vastness, and seeing 360 degrees in light maybe 10 times brighter than the brightest desert day.
Wow. And her sense of having a body just dissolved, completely dissolved. She perceived herself as a crystalline ray of light, knowing she was the universe itself. And she saw Earth, way down below, about the size of a marble.
Incredible, and the light became loving, flowing through her.
Exactly. With every breath in that state, the light turned into this loving presence, flowing through her, then into the Earth. This immense feeling of oneness. That experience, she says, it totally rocked her world. It fundamentally reshaped her understanding of reality, of energy, something she'd been around her whole life.
And it's fascinating how this intensely personal, almost mystical event became the catalyst for a scientific, practical system.
It really is. Because she grew up immersed in energy medicine. Her father, Dr. M.T. Morter Jr., was a brilliant chiropractor, a pioneer in the field. She worked with him, went to his seminars, became a chiropractor herself, always exploring energy practices.
Right, so she knew the concepts.
She knew the concepts. But she says, even with all that, she'd never known this infinite vastness of energy firsthand. Her awakening gave this incredibly deep, experiential meaning to everything is energy. She realized that was who I really was, this pure, intelligent energy, blazing and alive, peaceful, eternal outside of time and space.
Like finding her true home.
Exactly. Wise and absolute. My existence was effortless. There was nothing I lacked or wanted for. I was totally, utterly whole and complete. It was home.
Yeah.
More real than anything before.
So what does her huge personal shift mean for us, for you listening?
Well, Dr. Mortar believes those common human feelings, being small, insecure, separate, they're kind of the default, the human condition,
Yeah.
until they're not.
She argues we're evolving beyond this as a species. We are wired for another perspective for living, one where we're fully aware of our true greatness.
So it's not our only option, that small self. Not at all. That other, more expansive option is built right in. She knows this not just from her own experience, but from guiding thousands. And after her awakening in 2001, the results were profound, almost immediate. Long-standing problems just dissolved. Challenges became opportunities for growth, always serving her highest good. Her health improved. Dramatically debilitating migraines just vanished.
Wow, and her practice grew.
Organically, no effort. Difficult cases resolved easily. Invitations came in a governor's office, licensing board, speaking gigs. Her life just expanded on every level with grace and ease.
Which led to her mission, right, to share this.
Absolutely, not just to get back to that state, but to live there, and crucially figure out how others could too. So she turned her life into this living laboratory for years, testing, discovering, sharing, getting amazing results for everyone. She knew she was onto something huge, revolutionary even, something that touched on the very purpose of human life.
Okay, so this deep personal quest, how
Mhm.
does it actually connect with modern science? Because she does bridge that gap.
She does, and it's a key part of her work. She emphasizes that while this quest feels cutting edge at the forefront of our consciousness, it's actually ancient. It's foundational to texts like the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Upanishads. People have sought this for millennia.
But now science is catching up.
Exactly. Science is increasingly revealing what ancient practitioners knew intuitively. Lynn McTaggart, author of The Field, praises Morter's truly holistic view, focusing on the body's interconnected energy systems, including the soul's purpose. And think about Dr. Bruce Lipton's work at Stanford. Groundbreaking stuff.
Epigenetics, right.
Right. He showed that gene activation comes from stimuli at the cell surface, not just the internal genetic code, which means our DNA gets instructions from the cell's environment, an environment shaped by the energy of our thoughts and emotions. That basically launched epigenetics. Our environment, which we influence, is arguably more important than genetics for our well-being.
And then there's Dr. Valerie Hunt's research at UCLA with the biofield.
Yes. Kirlian photography showing the biofield, the energy field around the body, visibly changing patterns and frequencies. It changed with thoughts, actions, even food. Whole foods meant a large and robust field. Junk food made it nearly undetectable.
And emotions affected DNA.
Visibly. Anger, hate compressed DNA. Love, compassion expanded it. It's incredible visual evidence.
So the implication is huge. Problems start in the energy field.
That's what Dr. Hunt suggested. Disease often starts as an energy field disturbance. Correct the field, and the physical symptoms can disappear. Real healing. It even suggests things like accidents might have energetic precursors.
So the big takeaway for you listening is,
Everything is connected energetically. Your thoughts, your emotions, they aren't just internal fluff. They directly impact your DNA, your cells, the reality you experience. You are actively shaping your reality through the vibratory frequencies you emit. It's empowering, isn't it, when you really let that sink in?
okay, this is where it gets really interesting and frankly quite personal for all of us. Dr. Mortar asserts, your life is a reflection of your own consciousness. Basically, we find what we are looking for.
Exactly. And after her awakening, she could actively perceive this subtle, energetic reality. She could see how patients' energy fields vibrated differently based on their routines, thoughts, emotions, like literally seeing vibrational changes in colors and patterns.
And she saw distinct patterns.
Oh, absolutely. People feeling victimized, stuck, powerless. They tended to have thin, dispersed fields, maybe 2 feet off the body, but authentically confident people stepping into their power. Thick, robust fields several feet wide.
Wow, and happy, joyful people.
Huge, powerfully circulating energy systems, centered on their core, sometimes extending higher than the ceiling, even overlapping with others. It was like seeing through the physical into their true essence, their core perspective on life.
And this dispersal of energy, this splatting, as she calls it, that comes from unprocessed stuff. Trauma, fear.
Precisely. Traumas, fears, judgments, rejection, they create this stuckness, density, gunk in the energy field. She sees these as blind spots in our consciousness where we are not yet awakened to our soulful self. These resistant thoughts and emotions create lower vibration densities, leading to dysfunction both internally and externally.
And this led her to develop the model of awakening.
Yes, based on these consistent observations, it's a spectrum of energy patterns corresponding to different life perspectives. And the key is, the more unified and core-centered your field, the more awakened you are. The more dispersed, the more troubled, confusing, and painful life tends to feel. It maps out the journey from the protective personality to the soulful self.
Okay, let's break down this model. 3 stages, right? Starting with victimhood.
Right, stage 1, victimhood. She puts us on the backside of the model. This is where we see life as happening to us. We feel powerless. Leads to fatalism, resignation, anger, fear, struggle. The inner story is, life happens to me, I have no control. That's just how it is. Like blaming circumstances, bad education, married too young, not enough money for your unhappiness. You might not even consciously label it. It just feels true.
Then there's stage 2, coping adapting, still on the backside.
Still on the backside, but a step up. Here, we still see life as largely happening to us, but at least we believe there's something we can do about it. We try to fix things, make the best of a bad situation, find the gift in the pain. The tagline shifts to, though life has happened to me, I choose to make the best of it. Or, something's wrong, but I'll fix it. A lot of self-help operates here.
But the goal is stage 3, creatorship, the front side.
That's the ultimate shift. Stage 3, creatorship. From here, there actually is no such thing as a bad circumstance, since there never was anything wrong, missing, or broken in the first place. Instead, you operate from a deep knowing that every challenge that happens serves us. You realize you played a role in its creation, at the soul level.
That everything is for awakening.
Everything. To awaken us, to invite the smaller, limited self, to meld with the greater, expansive self, creating wholeness. She uses the bus stop conversation metaphor, souls choosing experiences before incarnating to best facilitate awakening.
Like choosing a level 10 experience of forgiveness.
Exactly, which might look like an almost unforgivable act on Earth, but ultimately leads to profound self-discovery, the power to love unconditionally. And she's clear. The soul doesn't ask for abuse, but for the opportunity for that deep forgiveness, discovering one's innate power to love. It completely removes victimhood. Her student Ellie, who suffered immensely from childhood trauma, eventually saw it all as perfectly serving her soul's evolution. Forgiveness just happened naturally then.
Which leads us to Project Awakening.
Right, the idea that everything that has happened in your life until now has been moving you toward awakening to your true nature. Understanding this helps you consciously facilitate it with more ease, speed, and grace.
And it's about building internal circuits.
Yes, we don't know our divinity because we lack the circuits in place to perceive that divinity. We have to actively build and activate the circuitry in the nervous system by working with energy directly.
And it's not gradual, it's a quantum flip.
Exactly. Like atoms jumping states instantly. You flip from protected personality to soulful self. Not a slow reversal, but a flip into a new baseline. That's why working at the energy level is so powerful. It bypasses the mental stories.
So the practical implication for you, the listener,
When you recognize everything is energy, including yourself, you start to engage with life on its subtler levels. And that's where change is most accessible. That's where you have the greatest power to create the life you truly love. That's the promise of the energy codes unlocking that innate creative power.
Okay, now let's get into the really practical tools, the things that actually facilitate this quantum flip, moving us from protective personality to soulful self. We'll explore the first 3 of Dr. Morter's 7 energy codes. And these aren't just concepts, they're specific practices.
Exactly. It's all about building that internal sensory neurocircuitry, literally turning the lights on so you can perceive and live as your true energetic self. These codes are the pathway. They transform you from the inside out, making subtle energy shifts integratable, making the intangible tangible.
Right. So, code number 1.
The anchoring code, getting back in your body. This is fundamental. It's about grounding yourself firmly in your physical body. Dr. Morter shares how during her awakening, she felt intense vibrations, a shaft of golden light up and down her core. It was disorienting at first.
How did she manage that?
By bringing focused attention to her core, gently engaging the muscles there. It allowed her to manage the energy, integrate it. And it led to this profound sense of being me within her body, a merging of heaven and earth, her spiritual nature becoming physically alive.
Because we tend to live in our heads.
So often.
Oh, yeah.
Entirely from our head, relying on the analytical mind, out of touch with the body, with energy, with our true nature. Our culture encourages it. And that disconnect leaves us feeling not quite whole, incomplete, maybe unsafe. We spend energy trying to fix that feeling.
So the solution is to anchor.
We have to actively anchor ourselves, our true energy selves, to this earth plane and to the physical body. It's about full embodiment, mind, body, breath combined. The body isn't separate. It's the densest layer of our energy field.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, anchoring helps us stop identifying just as the mind.
Precisely. It shifts focus inward to the energetic core. This unity awakens the healer within, provides more energy, peace of mind, well-being. Life becomes a chosen adventure, not just something to survive. It's foundational.
And it connects to the root chakra, Muladhara.
Yes, strongly. The root chakra at the base of the spine governs survival, security, stability. If it's inactive, you get anxiety, instability, feeling unsafe, materialism, maybe even communication issues. It creates a wobble up the other chakras. The anchoring code practices help you get in your body and ground that energy, overcoming that root-level suffering.
Okay, so let's look at the actual practices. What's first?
Practice 1. Subject, object, subject. This helps pull your energy back from distractions. We often throw our energy out onto things, work, phones, people.
How does it work?
You look at something about 5 feet away, focus all your energy on it, the object. Then consciously, intentionally, pull your awareness and energy back to your core, your body, the subject. Feel yourself in your body looking out.
And you feel a shift.
Immediately. Peripheral vision expands, you feel more present, stronger, safer in your body. You're energetically concentrated again.
Okay. Next is mula bandha, the root lock.
Practice 2. Mudra Bandha. It gathers dispersed energy. The analogy she uses is great. Imagine scattered helium balloons. Mula Bandha is like grabbing all the strings, pulling them to a sandbag, and dropping it to the earth.
And physically, what is it?
It's a subtle, gentle engagement of the pelvic floor muscles, like briefly holding back urination. That simple action grounds and organizes your energy. It helps shift from protective personality to soulful self. You feel your strength, your presence. It builds the circuitry.
Got it. Then the third eye anchor.
On practice 3. Third eye anchor. Focusing attention right on the center of your forehead, between the eyebrows, the pineal gland area, the sixth sense. How it works. Eyes open or closed. Just bring attention there. Feel the sensation. If it's hard to feel, gently roll your eyes upward towards the spot to create a subtle tension. The goal is to recognize yourself as the one behind the eyes, the observer. Shifts perception inward.
And finally, central channel breathing.
Practice 4. Central channel breathing. This is powerful. It combines anchor points with intentional breath. How it works. Inhale energy from overhead, your North Star, maybe a foot or two above, down into your core, heart belly. Exhale down through your feet into the earth. Then inhale from the earth up through your core. Exhale out the top of your head back to the North Star. 2 full breaths per cycle.
And this flushes energy.
Yes, circulates and flushes.
Yeah.
Helps the mind let go of unserving thoughts. You also gently squeeze anchor points, mula bandha, heart space, throat, third eye, while breathing. That internal friction helps you intensely sense who and where you are in the body, bypassing external conflict.
What if you can't feel the anchor points?
She suggests gently pressing on the area externally to bring focus and patience. Like learning any new skill, it gets easier, often quickly. It preps you for the next step, feeling.
Okay, so moving from anchoring to sensing. The feeling code. The language of the soul.
Exactly. This teaches a revolutionary way to respond to life. Listening to the language of the soul through subtle body sensations. Dr. Mortar shares her own raw grief after losing her mother, then ending a long relationship. She'd been pushing through, staying strong.
Until she collapsed.
Yes, into a full-body cry, tears rising from beneath my bones. She realized how much energy she'd spent avoiding feeling. That led to a breakthrough. Friction is inevitable. Project Awakening happens through friction, bumping against unawakened parts. You can't avoid it, but you can choose where it happens. Inside, at the energy level, or painfully outside, in the story level.
And this brings up the difference between feelings and emotions.
Crucial distinction. Emotions are tied to the story, our mental interpretations. Physical feelings are generated by shifts in our energy field, registering as pure sensation. The vagus nerve, the gut's second brain, they're key pathways for this direct, embodied truth.
So shifting from thinking to feeling opens a channel.
A direct channel between mind, body, and soulful self. Increases intuition, energy flow. Resolving friction at the energy level makes life easier across the board. Less emotional effort, more resilience. And this code specifically boosts the second chakra, the sacral chakra, and the lower abdomen, enhancing creativity, relationships, addressing depression, anxiety by restoring harmony.
So the practices for the feeling code.
First, practice 1. Take it to the body. When friction causes an emotional reaction, immediately ask where in your body, not why. Why keeps you in the story.
How does that work?
Turn attention inward. Sense the charge, tightness, buzzing, pain, heat, whatever. Just feel it. A shift will occur. Your vulnerability to feel is your power. It's less difficult than wrestling with the story. Helps fragmented energy flow back, dissolving the charge at its root.
Practice 2. Don't name it, feel it. Avoid labels.
Practice 2. Don't name it, feel it. Exactly. Avoid labeling symptoms or emotions. Why? Naming makes them more real, intensifies them, creates a rigid story, making it harder to resolve. Anything we put our attention on increases in presence. She even sees physical disease as energy, nudging us towards consciousness, highlighting areas needing activation.
Like Joan, who healed without surgery.
Yes, by releasing the stored emotional energy beneath the story, or Marcia's daughter, Heather, whose failure to thrive improved when Marcia worked on her own energies. The message, lean into the problem with attention, feel it, let the body speak.
And the third practice helps with manifesting. Don't want it, have it.
Practice 3. Don't want it, have it. Yes, shifting your energetic resonance. The principle. Wanting vibrates differently than having. To manifest, you must vibrationally embody already having it. Like Chris, yearning for a relationship, energy going out. When he imagined having it, energy dropped in, instant relief. Or Gary, with suicidal thoughts, imagining being through the tough time, not just wanting it to end, shifted her energy profoundly. It brings the future into the present energetically.
Okay, code number 3, the clearing code. The healing power of the subconscious. This addresses the subconscious mind's impact.
Profound impact. Her father discovered almost all pain dysfunction came from unresolved emotional components, blocking energy flow. Like undigested food, these pocketed thoughts and emotions build up, causing symptoms.
And her purpose was to empower self-healing.
Exactly. Take her father's work further. Empower people to manage their own energy, not rely on a doctor. This led to BEST release, a self-administered technique. Miraculous results, she says.
So how does the subconscious trap these issues? The trapdoor metaphor.
Yes, the trapdoor. Conscious mind. A little room. Trapdoor leads down to the vast subconscious. Something upsetting happens. A flood of emotion pours down, short-circuits the system, trapdoor slams shut. The subconscious gets the last message. Emergency.
Yeah.
And keeps the body in survival mode. Adrenal fatigue, hormonal imbalance, even when the conscious mind thinks it's over.
And the thalamus and hypothalamus are key.
They're the real players. Thalamus, conscious, hypothalamus, subconscious. When communication shuts down partially, we lose conscious control. Whatever is hiding beneath the trapdoor is running us. Paradoxically, this drives us to awaken.
Like Rachel with the vertigo.
Exactly. 3 years of vertigo after a car accident court case. Even after dropping the case, her system was locked in defense mode. Only by reestablishing her neurocircuitry with bioenergetics and energy codes did healing happen. It's rarely the conscious reasons we think we're stuck.
So for us, learning to open that trapdoor allows resolution, even without knowing the specifics.
Precisely. You move from victim of programming to conscious creator. Tremendous power. This code strongly influences the third chakra, the solar plexus, our seat of personal power, self-esteem, clarity. Clearing blocks frees up energy for your true path.
Okay, the practice is for clearing. The Mortar March.
Practice 1. The Mortar March Empower Step. Integrative movement, synchronizing the energy field with the nervous system, rewiring responses. Mortar March, step forward, bend knee, opposite arm forward, thumb up, other arm back down, thumb down. Turn tilt head left, gently close right eye. Activate specific flows. Feels freeing, enlivening, optimistic, helps you operate closer to the front side.
And the Empower step is more advanced.
Significantly. Adds opening minor chakras and fee hands, precise hand rotations, consciously grounding in all 4 anchor points. Mula Bandha, heart, throat, third eye. Engage inner thighs. Pull Mula Bandha, combined with deep central channel breathing through anchors. Helps you feel yourself more deeply rooted in the body as the soulful self. Builds new ways of being.
Then there's muscle testing.
Practice 2. Muscle testing. A remarkable way to identify subconscious beliefs emotions. The subconscious communicates instantly with the body's nervous system. How it works. With a partner, test arm strength stating truth strong versus lie weak. Or self-test with an O-ring. Thumb forefinger of one hand, pry with finger of other. Truth stays strong, untruth weakens. Test your goal. I am in perfect health. Weakness reveals a block. Then test reactive emotions, fear, anger, grief, from her clearing chart to pinpoint the stored pattern causing interference.
And finally, BEST release.
Practice 3. BEST release. The self-administered technique to release those identified blocks. How it works. Assume the Mortar March power step position, fully engaged. Focus on the thought. I forgive any interference regarding reactive emotion, for example, fear as it relates to my goal, known or unknown. Hold a position, inhale deeply, hold breath briefly. You might feel a literal energy shift as release occurs. Repeat on the opposite side. Reintegrates tied-up energy, lays groundwork for the quantum flip, moves you toward liberation.
All right, we've built a really strong foundation with those first 3 codes. Now let's intensify the transformation. These next 3, heart, breath, and chemistry, seem to unlock even more profound healing and creative power.
They really do. Anchoring, feeling, and clearing set the stage for alignment and release. Now we consciously access and amplify higher frequency energies. The heart, breath, and chemistry codes are about deliberately embodying and circulating the divine aspects of our nature, using our heart, lungs, cells, activating our full potential. It's like an alchemy of embodiment.
Okay, let's start with the heart code. The universal solvent. Love as the most powerful healing energy.
Absolutely. Dr. Mortar's story about the four-leaf clovers after her mother passed is so poignant, isn't it? Fighting 69, then 124 more on her mother's birthday.
How does she explain that?
Her deep pain actually heightened her intuition, allowed her to see beyond the layer of my regular senses. The secret of the clovers, she realized, was her gratitude-filled, joyful heart. When she stopped trying mentally and connected with genuine gratitude and love, the miracles flowed. The neighborhood kids called her the Clover Lady. She told them, "You have to look with your heart, not your eyes. Love isn't just an emotion, it's our true nature, the highest vibration."
And this connects to ancient traditions, the bliss body.
Exactly. The soulful self is called the bliss body, Anandamaya Kosha, because it's anchored in unconditional love. This code teaches you to tap into that love vibration at will, live from it constantly.
She clarifies unattachment versus detachment.
Very important point. Loving without conditions means loving without attachment, not being detached or aloof. Attachment, protected personality, clings to outcomes for safety. Unattachment, soulful self, is a sincere absence of worry about the outcome, focusing purely on the action of loving. Leads to unconditional joy, freedom. Detachment keeps you separate.
And this directly impacts the heart chakra.
Directly. Our center for unconditional love, compassion, connection. By generating this vibration internally, you can create clover-sprinkled miracles and finally, fully love yourself and others from a pure, healthy place.
So the practices for the heart code.
First, practice 1. Generating loving presence, choosing to be loved. A direct route to activating love within, making seeking it outside unnecessary. How it works. Raise arms in receiving gesture, breathe light energy into hands. Place a hand on your heart, say, "This is for me." Receive that love into your core. Squeeze Mula Bandha, use central channel breath. Anchors love's vibration physically. She tells the story of her mother, an overgiver, fracturing her leg, the universe's way of teaching her to receive me too. These practices help balance that energy before drastic messages are needed.
Practice 2 sounds powerful. Loving triage, bringing challenges to the love.
Practice 2. Loving triage. Bringing the challenge to the love. Yes, stoking an internal love bonfire to transmute challenges. How it works. Upsetting situation happens. Instead of reacting, first ignite the love vibration in your heart, recall loving feelings. Then bring the challenge to that bonfire, breathe high-frequency energy into the area of charge in your body, gently squeeze the spot. Tremendously increases your power to integrate the energy dispersal, dissolve interference at the root, like burning away the old challenge with love.
And the third practice is a big perspective shift. Seeing everything as love.
Practice 3. Seeing everything as love, aka it's all in my favor. A profound shift. She shares insights from people near death, often realizing it's all been good. It all served. Even the stuff I hated, I love now. That's the soulful self perspective. How it works, consciously choose to believe every event occurs for no other reason than your eventual benefit. Transmutes pain, allows forgiveness seamlessly, her own experience with her father's will, deep pain initially. Applying the codes, taking hurt to her body with love, allowed her to see the higher purpose, restore flow, receive symbolic gifts of love later, frees you from fear.
Okay, next up, the breath code, the blueprint for your life, focusing on the power of breath.
Transformative power. She tells the story of Darren, the 4-year-old failure to thrive boy, allergies, respiratory issues, and a reversed breathing pattern, shallow in his upper lungs, mirroring his declining vitality.
And working with his breath changed things.
Dramatically. After clearing energetic blocks and using specific breath work, his pattern shifted. He came to life. Skin color changed almost instantly. Pink lips, rosy cheeks. Became playful, vibrant. That solidified her understanding. Conscious breathing isn't just physiological. It's a potent tool for awakening and healing.
Why is breath so fundamental beyond keeping us alive?
She calls it the integrator. It weaves together thoughts, feelings, sensations, chemistry with vibration and circuitry. The single most powerful transformational tool available, she says, far more valuable than meditation alone. Breathing with intention into a chakra or body area actively creates change there, brings it online as part of the soulful self.
And the chakras are anchor points for consciousness.
Exactly. Anchor points that house levels of your consciousness.
Right.
Breathing energy into a chakra creates change before the mind understands how. Breathe into the solar plexus, you feel more empowered, even without knowing why. You just are. This code works with all 7 chakras, breathing energy into their qualities, allowing intentional change with ease, preventing years of painful lessons learned through suffering.
So for us, we can literally breathe spirit into our form, reshape ourselves.
That's the potential. Breathe subtle energy into your physical form to reshape yourself in the image of your greatest potential. Here are some practices.
Like breath for chakras 1 to 7.
Practice 1. Breaths for chakras 1 to 7. Specific patterns for each. Remember, our bodies are energy. The invisible space matters. Breathing activates it. Example. Manifesting breath. 5th throat chakra. Inhale from north star to throat. Exhale down to earth. Inhale from earth to throat. Exhale out top of head. Throat is the pivot. Feels like warm, liquid light. Activates truth. Speaking honestly. Manifesting authenticity. Example. Visionary breath. 6th third eye chakra. Activates high brain centers, third eye. For clear perception, seeing through the protective personality's veils to soulful self-truth, cultivates clarity, intuition.
There's also 1,000 tiny straws breath. Sounds intricate.
Practice 2. 1,000 tiny straws breath, more complex, deeply integrative. Visualize pulling energy through tiny body segments inch by inch. Then integrate the whole with a full exhale. Pinpointed focus awakens dormant areas.
And spinal flossing. A moving meditation.
Practice 3. Spinal flossing. Yes, coordinating breath with slow, segmental spinal movements. Integrates energy flow along the central axis. Focusing segment by segment integrates the whole spine. Mastering moving energy in the body helps you move energy in your life, transform circumstances.
Practice 4 is breath patterns for healing.
Practice 4. Breath patterns for healing. Directing energy flow to areas of blockage, excess energy causing pain dysfunction, to restore flow. Key principle. Blockage is always above the painful area, so breathe energy through the area from below it to above it. Always finish with integrative breaths for holistic balance.
Wow. Okay. The 6th code, the chemistry code, the alchemy of embodiment, body chemistry and energy state.
Profound connection. The story of John is incredible. Addicted to eating rock salt, high blood pressure, extreme acidity, schizophrenia diagnosis, depression, anxiety.
7 medications, no sleep for 7 years.
Unbelievable. After clearing subconscious blocks tied to his need for stimulation, using bioenergetics, and shifting his chemistry naturally, he healed from most conditions within months, off all meds. His body just returned to self-repair.
So how does internal chemistry affect awakening? Epigenetics again.
Exactly. Cell receptors, antennae, tell genes how to act based on energetic and chemical messages. Our body chemistry either facilitates or hinders our efforts to embody the soulful self. Body pH is crucial, acidic versus alkaline. Cells thrive and repair in alkaline environments, break down in acidic ones. Alkalizing helps chronic pain, depression, anxiety, countless issues.
And the cave of Brahma in the brain.
Center of the brain, linked to creative thought, generating reality, and also where the body chemistry soup gets made, command central. Its state impacts everything.
Diet is key, obviously. Alkalizing foods.
Fruits and vegetables mainly. Animal protein, dairy, grains, caffeine, sugar, processed foods are acidifying. Too much depletes alkaline reserves, leads to disease. But crucially, even with a perfect diet, subconscious patterns, those unresolved emergencies, can keep the body acidic. The subconscious must get the message, emergency over, it's safe now, to shift chemistry and self-heal.
Like Barbara's story, alkalizing helped her pain, anxiety, sleep.
Yes, within 10 days. And when she got fired unexpectedly, her stronger alkaline chemistry let her handle it gracefully, knowing everything was unfolding in her favor. Stability came from within.
So for us, we can proactively create a body chemistry that promotes peace, joy, self-healing.
Absolutely. Makes wholeness tangible, helps stay in the soulful self amidst stress. Key practices.
First, the Alkaline Ash Nutrition Program.
Practice 1. Alkaline Ash Nutrition Program. Foods for ideal pH, hormonal balance, rejuvenation. The longer we alkalize, the younger we get, she says. Guidelines. 75–80% fresh fruits veg. Raw if possible. Protein with veg, no starch. Starch with veg, no protein. Fruit alone, avoid dairy. Decrease animal protein if pH is low. Meal timing. Fruit veg best morning noon. Biggest meal noon 6–7 p.m. Avoid eating after 7–8 p.m. elimination cycle. Cravings during expansion are normal. Anchoring foods. Indulge a little consciously, but don't let it become a habit. 3 to 7 days max. Use breath work for sustained comfort.
And practice 2. Chemistry through thought.
Practice 2. Chemistry through thought. Using empowering thoughts to shift chemistry. How it works. Recall a victorious moment. Notice the energy movement. Heart expands, head lights up. Squeeze that area to anchor it. Breathe up, down central channel until that victorious sensation fills your whole system. You can also use this to meld how with yes for manifesting. Feel the energy of your goal, maybe hesitation. Switch to your yes pattern, absolute knowing. Slowly blend them, breathing the yes through the hesitation, carving an energetic pathway. Shows the subconscious the coast is clear.
Okay, we've reached the 7th and final code, the pinnacle, the spirit code, where the many become one. This integrates everything.
It does. Brings all the previous work into oneness, flow, grace. Dr. Mortar shares a story about a yoga class. She was initially frustrated, slow-paced substitute teacher, but she surrendered.
What happened when she surrendered?
She started experiencing this subtle and comprehensive version of myself, previously only found in deep meditation, aware of subtle energy frequencies even as external cues faded. The revelation. Embracing life's pace, trusting what's happening, collaborating with its perfection, activates higher creative centers, lets you step into flow.
And this ties into the cycle of evolution: create, sustain, deconstruct.
Exactly. We create something. Business, relationship, we sustain it, enjoy benefits. The challenge is deconstruction, letting go for the new cycle. Attachment to the sustain phase, predictive personality's need for security, makes letting go hard.
And between cycles, there's the void.
The pause, stillness, open space. The void of creation can feel untethered, but paradoxically, this void is made of abundance. Our job is to assign meaning and identity to it, create what we desire from limitless possibility.
And this code influences the crown chakra, Sahasrara.
Primarily. The seventh chakra, top of the head, our access point to dimensions beyond the physical. When integrated, it shifts us from the fearful, constantly thinking mind to the superconscious, thinkless mind of the soulful self. Obsessive thinking stops. Insecurity, paralysis, self-doubt vanish. You identify as your actual spiritual source. Stay lovingly present, knowing everything serves your awakening.
So living by the spirit code means releasing the past, moving through the void gracefully, trusting life's unfolding.
Yes, consistently experiencing life on the front side, identifying with the soulful self, mind as facilitator in flow. This creates a strength and a presence that attracts positive things. Promotions, advances, a vision beyond what the small self could dream. Your greatest impact comes from being more of who you already are, the soulful self. The rest will flow.
Like her NSA keynote story, no speech prepared.
Incredible story. Fretting for months, nothing came. Stepped on stage feeling like she was walking the plank, but then something massive took over, as if Niagara Falls had opened up, pouring in. Pure presence, flow, guided her perfectly. Triple standing ovation. That's how the soulful self operates, access to a greater knowing beyond intellect. It showed her the power of surrender.
So the practices for cultivating this flow: meditation.
Practice 1. Meditation, visual, kinesthetic, auditory, training the mind to be thoughtless, perceive the deep presence within. Visual, candle gaze, soft focus on flame for 5 minutes, gently redirect thoughts. Later, right now, candle flame, nothing more. Trains focus, kinesthetic, tracking breath, silently track breath sensation, inhale to exhale. Lands mind on energy flow in the core, the soulful self. Auditory mantra, repeat simple word phrase, I am. Creates trance-like effect, stills chatter, makes you aware of being the one behind the scenes, the observer. Sound reverberates, helps feel yourself inside.
Practice 2 involves walking in nature.
Practice 2. Walking in nature, using central channel breathing. Combines nature's calm with internal practice. How it works. Walk peacefully. Reach overhead, snap fingers, identify 8th chakra North Star, foot 2 above head, life purpose. Engage all 4 anchor points. Do central channel breathing, including the North Star. Match outer sanctuary peace with inner sanctuary. Engage with elements, water create, earth sustain, fire deconstruct, air void, to integrate energy, process cycles.
Then mindful and thinkless presence.
Practice 3. Mindful and thinkless presence. Cultivating present moment awareness. How it works. First thing morning before thinking about the day, do a central channel scan. Notice sensations without judgment. Drop into central channel breathing. Focus on breath and loving soulful self-presence. Ask, in this moment right now, am I okay? Answer is always yes. Build subconscious circuitry that it's safe to be right now, reducing anxiety.
And the last practice: blending patterns.
Practice 4. Blending patterns to engage the soulful self. Integrating limiting thoughts with your true power. How it works. Ponder a limiting idea fear. Notice thoughts, emotions where energy feels bound up. Then drop deep into core, spine, belly, heart. Breathe deeply, state, I am. Notice the shift, groundedness, expansion. Finally, blend them. Breathe the deep, flowing, soulful self-energy through the bound-up protective personality pattern. Generates new positive pattern, dissolves old. Shows subconscious the coast is clear. Creates new baseline.
Wow. We have covered an immense amount of ground here, haven't we? Such profound insights, powerful practices. But the real magic, as Dr. Morter emphasizes, happens when you bring these energy codes into every single moment, making Project Awakening a lived reality. Her phrase is never not practicing.
Right. And that brings up the question, how do you sustain this with life being so busy? The beauty is you can build this sensory neurocircuitry during almost any activity. Over time, the practices become natural, effortless.
So it compounds. You don't start over each day.
Exactly. Once you start resonating at that higher soulful self-vibration, your practices compound. Every single time you do the energy codes practices, you pick up precisely where you left off. Your sincere devotion to awakening, which is a form of love, generates the vibrational match to your destination. It's self-sustaining, builds momentum.
So practically speaking, how can you infuse daily life with this?
You really can weave it into anything. She challenges us to make these practices our go-to until they become our come-from, our default state. For everyday integration, twisting for a seatbelt, add a conscious heart squeeze, central channel breath, backing out of the driveway, rotate neck consciously, tuck chin, feel behind eyes, draw breath to brain center, lifting groceries. Be mindful of mechanics and take a breath up down central channel.
Simple reminders help too. Sticky notes.
Absolutely. Sticky notes, phone alarms, coupling practices with routines like brushing teeth, or even going to the bathroom like the student who healed a UTI that way. This inner referencing actually makes you more present and alert, safer, not zoned out.
And morning and bedtime routines are key opportunities.
Huge opportunities. In that semi-awake state, the trapdoor to the subconscious is widest. Easier integration. Morning, start with a central channel scan before getting out of bed. Evening, end the day bathing in the transformational vibration of love. Maybe empower step both sides. Then a gratitude practice, really feeling gratitude, embodying the frequency, builds internal mastery.
What if you can commit dedicated time? 10, 30 minutes.
Even that makes a big difference. 10 minutes. Mindful, thinkless central channel breathing, relaxing mind muscles, focusing on core presence. Or 10 minutes of chakra breathwork to unify energy layers. 30 minutes. A breathwork meditation combo is great. Start with chakra breathwork to move prana before meditation makes meditation much more effective, she finds. Creates a living meditation where daily life becomes expressive, integrative. Choose the meditation style, visual, kinesthetic, auditory, that resonates. The never not intention makes every experience an opportunity for evolution.
What an absolutely incredible deep dive. Dr. Sue Morter's The Energy Codes, this whole concept of Project Awakening. It's really something. We've learned you're not just physical, you're this magnificent multidimensional being of pure energy, mind, body, spirit, all interconnected. Your energy field shapes your reality.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, that journey from protective personality to soulful self is all about building new internal circuitry. It's about remembering, on a cellular level, who you truly are. A powerful creator made of love, life always unfolding for your expansion, from victim to architect.
We've explored integrating these 7 codes daily, anchoring to ground you, feeling to hear your soul's language, clearing subconscious blocks, heart code for unconditional love, breath code to awaken potential, chemistry code for internal harmony, and the spirit code for oneness and grace.
Which brings us to a really important question for you listening. Are you willing to be deeply intimate with yourself? To listen inside, without judgment or story, to what needs addressing? Are you ready to truly embrace that your entire life, challenges included, was perfectly designed for this awakening, for realizing your magnificence?
So what does this all mean moving forward? It means the transformation you seek isn't about getting more, fixing the outside. It's about awakening your true nature within. As Dr. Morter says, your own awakening activates the field around you. Your vibrational resonance has global impact. It's not just for you, it's your gift to the world. When you embody it, you step into your power as creator.
Your destiny is to realize your power as a divine, energetic being of love. Heaven Earth, she suggests, awaits only your permission to manifest right here, right now, within you and around you.
That choice is always yours.
Well,
Will you say yes to your own project awakening? Start by embracing just one practice today. Approach it with devotion, curiosity, and open heart, and just watch how life begins to magically transform. Thanks for diving deep with us. We'll catch you next time.